So, what is the great magic of the seals? Let's talk for a moment about our life path. Everyone seeks happiness and fulfillment. We all want to escape pain and hardship. According to the Kabbalah, we came into this world for a limited period, a lifetime through which we have to progress from a certain starting point to a higher level in our spiritual development. Every person has a mission in this world, determined for him in advance according to what his soul is assigned to achieve during his lifetime. How fast are we going to move through our growth process? There are two paths in which we can go. Our growth can be achieved the usual way, through many years of coping with life experiences, struggling through our personal dramas, trial and error. Along this long journey, we learn a lot, and our soul accumulates more insights and evolves. However, in many cases, the normal pace of growth may become a long, difficult, and even excruciating path. But it is also possible to get to the exact same point in the shorter and easier way, with less suffering, and still attain all the insights and experiences our souls requires along the way. Every problem that arises in life can be solved through struggle, conflict, and effort. But it is also possible to reach efficient and quick solutions without all the battles on the way. This is what the Seals of Solomon do for us. When we integrate their healing frequencies directly into our subconscious, we get a breakthrough. From my experience in teaching the subject of the King Solomon seals, I have learned that there is great curiosity about them among many people of many cultures. From questions I received from students, I realized that some people learn from various sources that it is possible to generate miracles, practice witchery, cast spells, and manipulate reality with the help of the seals, and even control and harm other people, defeat competitors, and destroy enemies. However, this is not the purpose of working with the Seals of Solomon. The purpose of the seals is to bring about changes in our subconscious, and thereby change our physical reality. This is their true magic. The seals are designed to elevate our spiritual frequency, so that we do not attract enemies, resisting forces, and blockages into our lives. King Solomon's seals can also be applied for healing and channeling knowledge. Through them, you can get a lot of information about the root of your problem and what needs to be rectified. The King Solomon seals have been used for many generations, since the times when human consciousness was wider and more refined compared to modern times, where people are wrapped in heavy veils of materialism and a superficial approach to life, and their consciousness is dimmer and blurry. In the distant past, it was customary to engrave the seals on a metal plate or on clay, and whoever held them was strongly affected by their powers. The seals of old times were activated through intense processes of summoning angels and spiritual beings, things that today we do not have permission to engage in. The reason is that we may be overwhelmed by the intense energy of the seals. Our vessels are not developed enough to contain their full potency. Therefore, the various activation methods of the seals we practice today are adapted to the spiritual frequency of our generation. In the online course available to you, I teach how to activate the seals in a meditative method, focusing on intentions and visualization. The seals are associated with the wisest man, King Solomon, and their power is very great. They transmit focused and precise frequencies from the spiritual worlds to the physical reality of our lives. That is, the seals transfer powers from the 10 Sephirot of the Tree of Light to the material world, and this is done through the mystical shapes, the holy names, the names of angels, and the verses written on them. What you see in the drawings of the seals are not just symbols, but sacred coding that contain different mechanisms that are capable of compiling frequencies. They are able to convey high frequencies from the different spheres into our reality. Our physical reality is driven by powers of different frequencies. Angels are served as vessels that receive their light from a certain source, and they are the ones who bring the luminance of that source of power into action. Each sacred name symbolizes a certain function in the thought of creation. Many people have learned that they can summon angels and ask them to do things for them. But the role of the angels is not to serve us, but to serve the needs of the cosmic system. It can be said that the seals are a sort of Kabbalistic spiritual engineering that is able to affect man in such a powerful way. The seals recode our consciousness and make it resonate at a new frequency. When we transform our consciousness, our reality changes as well. Our physical reality reflects what is encoded in our subconscious. The human brain transmits and receives about 80,000 thoughts a day. All the subconscious thoughts and codings are transmitted to the amorphous substance of the matrix in which we live, and this way create our living reality. This complexity shapes the world we know, with all the small details it contains. Our insights, feelings, reactions, the sounds we hear, everything we see, what kind of people will be in our lives, our relationships with them, what will be the processes we will undergo with them. All of these are encoded in our subconscious. All these details are reflected every moment of our physical life. Since each person's subconscious is unique, there is no other person in the world who perceives reality exactly like you. Therefore, to create a change in our physical life, we have to first change our subconscious, encode new beliefs in it, and generate a new transmission into the matrix. And then the matrix presents us with a different reality. For example, if your subconscious is encoded with the thought that you are not loved, unwanted, unappreciated, and that you will not be able to accomplish anything in your life, that is how your physical reality will look like. If your subconscious is encoded with the notion that people are wicked, exploitative, and want to hurt you, then harassing people will appear in your life. The more we expand and transform our consciousness, the more our reality will change. If life is not good to us, we can whine and feel like victims, or alternatively, recode our reality.